see here. Still static? Let me see if I can hear what y'all hearing, man. No sound at all. Check, check, check. Nothing? Nothing. So y'all can't hear me? Y'all still can't hear me? Are we good now? Good. We good. All right. Yeah. I was wondering what's going on, bro. Y'all know how it is, man. Sometimes like the audio. Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. Because I don't want to hear myself through my headphones, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, this does not work without y'all, man. Y'all got your boy right. You know what I'm saying? Now we back to it. We good. Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Technical difficulties. Because a lot of people don't understand, man. When you do this, like you do this content stuff, like ain't nobody out here. I don't have no sound man. I don't have no graphics person. I ain't got no production team. Everything that you guys see right now in front of y'all is all me, man. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. But I want to take a few seconds, man, to talk about everything that we saw from the Hall of Fame game to the SOCal scrimmage that we saw yesterday at practice. I know a lot of people on Twitter was like, Tuck, you too excited about practice? Well, here's what I want to say about that. To where the level we're trying to go as far as Cowboys fans and any NFL team concerned, practice is the first pillar to prepare you for game day, right? And so people are like, oh, y'all hyping up practice. They sending me the whole Allen Iverson thing. Well, in order to get to where we want to go to prepare for Tampa, it starts in practice. And so we have to be excited about what we see in practice and also in the preseason game. It's just straight up facts, man. And so a lot of people want to come at me for the things I tweet about camp and practice. I don't care, right? And I want to say this first and foremost, loud and clear on my channel. My responsibility for what I do is for the Cowboys fans, right? What I do, all my tweets, all my videos is for us Cowboys fans. I don't give a damn about what other teams think outside of it. So y'all rock with this camp content. We're going to continue to talk about camp. We're going to talk about preseason games. We're going to talk about practice. And so that's what we do here, man. So I do it for y'all, not for them, man. But I appreciate all y'all support, man. What's up, Spoonie Dog? What's up, Angel? What's up, my guy Joe in the house? Mendoza, Landon, Matt, what's going on? My guy SoFlo, Cowboys, Jonathan, what's up, bro? We almost there to Tampa, man. So I want to get into a few things, right? And the first thing I said, I want to talk about the Hall of Fame game. And the question that I've been asked a lot is about this whole backup quarterback situation. And I will say this, y'all. As far as Garrett Gilbert is concerned, I would say Garrett Gilbert is enough, right? And when I talk about Garrett Gilbert being enough, I'm saying this, it depends on the situation. Now, if, let's say, for instance, Lord forbid, Dak Prescott is nicked up and he has to miss 1 to 2 games, okay, I feel like Garrett Gilbert is more than enough capable to keep everything afloat. What's up to my guy DMV, man? Great interview the other day with Kyle, man. Follow my guy DMV Fanatic as well, man. And also my guy SoFlo in the chat, man. Post y'all links, man, so everyone can know where to find y'all. Yeah, I feel like Garrett Gilbert is enough depending on the situation. Now, let's say, for instance, Lord forbid, something was to happen to Dak and he's going to be out for an extended time, or we go through another type of ordeal we went through last year, then Garrett Gilbert isn't enough. So it really depends on the situation. But I feel like if something was to happen again with Dak, y'all, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys would make a more impactful move. But as of right now, I say that Garrett Gilbert is enough. And we saw what he did in the Hall of Fame game for the few reps that he got. I mean, he's inaccurate. He sold the ball a few times, but he's athletic. He can move in the pocket. Now, my knack with Garrett Gilbert is he holds the ball too damn much. You know, that's one thing, but he's a backup. And just like the 94 should said, Garrett Gilbert is doing what a backup should be doing in preseason. Like, you think about across the NFL, there is a drastic drop-off from your starting quarterbacks to your backups. I mean, there's a few teams that are kind of, you know, outside that scope. And I feel like we were there last year. Like, Andy Dalton was a guy with veteran startingship throughout his career. It was extended. But as far as right now, like, think about what happens if Pat Mahomes was to go down. Do you think their backup can continue to lead them to the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. So I think that's what people are looking for. it's kind of like a Nick Foles situation when it comes to Dallas, is that if something was to happen, could Garrett Gilbert lead us? Absolutely not. I feel like we would have to actually go and make a decision. What's up to my guy, Cowboys Corner, man? He's been going at them Eagles fans. But I feel like Garrett Gilbert is enough. Now, Ben DiNucci, I'm sorry, y'all. But Ben DiNucci, I just don't see what this team actually sees in Ben DiNucci. And a lot of people are saying it should come down to between Garrett Gilbert and also Cooper Rush. I will say this. I like Garrett Gilbert more than I like Cooper Rush. We've seen Cooper Rush before in Dallas. He's just not it. I feel like with Garrett Gilbert's a little bit more because, like I said, he's a little bit more athletic than Cooper Rush as of right now, and he can add a new dimension to our offense than Cooper Rush can add. But Ben DiNucci, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a great guy. I seen him on my guy Skywalker's show, and I kind of met Ben DiNucci and not, but he ain't it, man. Ben DiNucci, he struggles, bro. Like, I just don't understand what he's doing, out there on the field in the red jersey. I just don't understand. But sometimes it's not what you do, it's who you know. And, we all know Ben DiNucci kind of knew Mike McCarthy's brother, and that's kind of why he's been floating around. Nucci, man, I like Nucci. I like the name, man, but as far as the skill set, it ain't it. The offensive line in the Hall of Fame game, I feel like the offensive line played decent, not great, but of course, those wasn't the core guys that were out there. There was no Tyron Smith, there was no Zach Martin out there. I feel like Brandon Knight struggled a little bit out there as well. Brandon Knight had some lapses out there. He had a rough day against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Hall of Fame game. McGovern, he was okay, but he kind of got bullied a little bit. Connor McGovern, I know we've been kind of speaking highly on Connor McGovern on my shows and other shows as well, but Connor McGovern, he was kind of getting thrown around a little bit. Williams played decent, and shouts out to my guy, Space Cowboy. The question is asked, I'm going to ask y'all in the chat. Do y'all think that there's something going on with Connor Williams playing center that actually he could possibly be our starting center? I would say no. I would say no as of right now. I don't think that Connor Williams is going to be the starting center, but he's been getting reps as kind of that swing center, swing guard, as of right now. I feel like as of right now, Tyler Biadasz will continue to be our starting center, and Connor Williams will be our left guard. I feel like Connor Williams is going to go to center in case of emergency, and then they might pipe in Connor McGovern at left guard as well. T-Mac what did I see from Josh Ball at camp? I feel like Josh Ball is going to be an interesting player. I know he didn't play in the Hall of Fame game, and also he had injury. He was decent. I mean, he has the size, but he's going to be more of a project, and I'm not sure. A lot of these players last year, they got a lot of reps, y'all. So even as Terrence Steele, Brandon Knight, Connor McGovern, like a lot of these players got a lot of reps last year. So I feel like it's going to be really up to Josh Ball to crack and break through. And as of right now, from what I see in camp and also thus far, and especially now with the injury, I don't see Josh Ball cracking through right now, because even you still had Ty Nsekhe out there. It was just like, I'm not sure where he's really going to find his footing as far as making this roster. But, as far as Josh Ball, he has the size. I mean, tossing out everything else off the field, the size is there, but it's just where does he fit? Because a lot of these guys are kind of that second layer as far as the offensive line. They got a lot of good reps last year, and even though Terrence Steele is still Terrence Steele, like Terrence Steele got almost a full damn season of NFL football, that's hard to kind of overcompensate when it comes to earning the trust with the offensive line and also the offensive coach. So, it's going to be an uphill battle for Josh Ball, to be honest with you. Let's see here. Let's see. Replying to Landon. Try and go to the chats, man. No, not at all. The depth is low, and they got to protect themselves. Yeah, shout out to my guy, Cowboys Corner, man. Like I said, he be banging on Twitter, man. I like it. My guy, Mike. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a break-in case of an emergency ordeal. I don't think there's anything going on where you're going to see Connor Williams, take over Biadasz's spot at the center role. I just don't see that. And I like what we have in house currently. I mean, Tyler Biadasz had a great season last year when he finally got his reps. And from what I saw at camp, Tyler Biadasz was playing great, so I don't see there's any reason to panic as far as the center is concerned. We're going to keep him at the center. Let's see here. We had Ty Nsekhe, Connor at center. Isaac Alicorn, he played guard. So I know a lot of people had him playing tackle, the kid from Mexico that was brought over. He played some guard in the Hall of Fame game, so that's kind of interesting with his size, but he's just a big physical body, and I think they just wanted to toss him out there and see what he can do, and he did okay. Like I said, Josh Ball, ankle injury, and Terrence Steele, he played slightly better, right? He played decent, but you really can't gauge Terrence. I want to see Terrence with the actual stars to see if he made any improve, because he's playing his starting talent last year. So you got to think about when he played against Cleveland and Myles Garrett was just beating the hell out of it. I want to see did he improve and learn from that. And thus far, he's kind of have a decent camp. He's kind of flatlining, but nothing too spectacular when it comes to Terrence Steele. The wide receiver core in the Hall of Fame game, Malik Turner looked decent. I know Malik Turner had the fumble. He should have brought that in. But Malik Turner is a name, y'all, we definitely have to pay attention to. We definitely have to pay attention to Malik Turner, man, because he's out there making plays. And I just want to get an understanding of what does that necessarily mean for this wide receiver core. Like with Malik Turner starting to come in and make plays. So you have Michael Gallup, who we'll talk about here soon. You have CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. I personally believe that Noah Brown, hey, appreciate the super chat, my guy. Great work, keep it up. Big fan here. Hey, appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for the super chat and donation. So I was saying Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, the core three. I'm going to say Noah Brown, for me personally, he's going to be on that roster. And I feel like Cedric Wilson is going to be wide receiver 5. So it really comes down to the conversation of who is going to be that 6th and 7th wide receiver. I know that Simi Fioco, he's kind of like the fan favorite and also one of my personal favorites coming out of the draft. Where does he really fit? But as of right now, just like Mendoza just said, Turner is wide receiver 6, and it's by a clear margin. Like when I was out there in Oxnard, it was constantly Turner making plays. If you watch the clips from a lot of the media has been shared on Twitter, it's been Turner making plays. Even the Hall of Fame game, like I said, he did have that fumble, but he was making plays. Turner is going to be one that guy to really fight for the roster. And just like T-Mac says, y'all, I don't know what's going to happen with Simi. Simi is going to have to get in where he fits in, and it might have to be special teams. I just don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see how many wide receivers, one, they actually keep on the roster and who it is. And then how are they going to be able to stash Simi on the practice squad? How is it going to work? Remains to be unseen, but I feel like right now, if we're looking at in-house, that Simi is right behind Turner as far as production is concerned. He has a lot of ground to make up. The tight end situation, right? So I know it's been a focal point for a lot of fans as far as Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin. Now, Jarwin didn't play in the Hall of Fame game, but Dalton Schultz did. And I'll say this about Schultz, man. Schultz is turning out to be, I want to say old reliable. He's like the new reliable. Like I feel like he is starting to be that security blanket. He looks a lot more comfortable in his role. He's finding the proper holes in zone coverages. He's securing the catches, and he's shown a little bit more athleticism than he showed last year. And so we really have to look at this and see how things are going to work. Now, I said that on my last show, I think we're going to utilize a lot of 2 tight end sets. And so we're going to see Blake Jarwin out there. We're also going to see Dalton Schultz at the same time. But Dalton Schultz emerging, it adds another, weapon to the arsenal, as they'll say, offensively. So you definitely want to keep an eye on that. And then running backs, man. I know a lot of people, because here's what happened. So if you watch the pregame show, I was going to give a $50 gift card to whoever guessed the first touchdown of the season. Ain't nobody getting nothing, man. Ain't nobody getting nothing, man, because we had scored in the end zone. I thought we were going to get in the end zone, man, but no one had gotten in the end zone. And I know a lot of people said that Rico Dowdle was going to be that guy to get the first touchdown, and I thought he was, but he didn't. So, we're going to have to run that back. Maybe we're running back one of these preseason games. We'll run that gift card back, man, but I want to see it's going to be the first touchdown this season. But Rico looked decent out there in the Hall of Fame game. Tony Pollard got a few reps as well. Tony is Tony, but I'm not sure how many running backs are actually going to keep as well. So he might be the running back 3 behind Zeke and Pollard right now. But I like Brendan Knox, and I also like the other kid, McQuaid. Sorry if I'm butchering your name right. But yeah, I like Dowdle, man. He should be running back number 3. I think he will be. But just how effective and the impact he's going to have on this roster. Now, let's get over to the fun side, right? Defense, because that's what wins championships. Now, I know I was at camp, and a lot of people, wasn't at camp and didn't get to see it. But let me know in the chat, y'all. Is this defense fast or what? Go ahead and comment. Is this defense not much faster than what we had on the field last year? And they absolutely are. That was the one thing that stood out when I watched them with my own eyes, was the team speed. And I know we had a lot of conversations, y'all. Micah Parsons, and, we're looking about the cornerback in position of Horn and Surtain. Micah Parsons is a damn animal, y'all. I just love this kid. I love the way he plays. I love his tenacity. I love his competitive spirit. I just love his spirit around as far as leadership. And like I was saying, Micah Parsons is kind of reminding me of Ezekiel Elliott in 2016. He's kind of that new, young energy spark plug defensively that the team is already rallying around. You saw the clip that he posted. It's like a Hard Knocks clip where he picked off Dak Prescott, and Dak was like, man, he's good. He's good. He's that kind of spark plug as far as energy is concerned defensively. And so I'm excited, y'all, about Micah Parsons. Micah is off to a great start as far as things are concerned. I mean, even in the Hall of Fame game, getting the fumble recovery, right? It's just out the gate, man, having impact. So T-Mac asked the question, Tuck, Carlos Watkins making this team, what do you think? I would say yes. Carlos Watkins is a kind of a quiet camp, but Carlos Watkins is doing his job, right? And I was going to get to the defensive tackles, the interior. I might as well go ahead and skip to that interior position, right? So Brent Urban, I know a lot of us were high on Brent Urban, and I feel like Brent Urban is a decent player. He just didn't flash in the Hall of Fame game, and he didn't flash in the scrimmage. Now, I'm not saying we need to cast away Brent Urban already. No, because there's a lot of football that remains to be played until we get to Tampa, get to the season, right? So I feel like Brent Urban is still an asset. But from what I've seen, Carlos Watkins has had a decent camp. He played decent in the Hall of Fame game, and he also played decent yesterday in the scrimmage as well. So if I had to go ahead and pencil him in as far as the roster is concerned, I would say that Carlos Watkins would make this roster. I mean, Justin Hamilton had a few flashes as well, but I would give the nod to Carlos Watkins being on this roster as far as the interior is concerned. But speaking of interior, y'all, Osa and Bohanna, They are some young bloods out there, man. They are some young bloods out there. They were flying to the ball, wreaking havoc. And when I watch the defensive line, I really want to see motor. I want to see motor. What's your motor like? Is there effort in the trenches? And when you watch Bo, because I went back and watched the game. I watched the Hall of Fame game, twice because, one, the NFL is not letting us get any preseason film, so they kind of blocked it. But I had to watch it from the game cast, kind of, so it's just like you're watching the game over and over again. But I really focused on Osa and Bohanna, and they were grimy in the trenches, man. They were flying to the ball. They were playing hard, and they can move. Yep, they can move, bro. They both can move. And so it's I know that Bohanna was kind of like the run stuffer guy, kind of the fat nasty, but he was pushing the centers in the backfield into the quarterback's lap. And that's something we always spoke about on my channel, also on Stargang as well, and other channels and shows I've been on, is getting you a nose tackle that can push the center back into the quarterback's lap. So when you're dropping back, and then you got, oh, damn, here comes DeMarcus Lawrence, and then you got Randy Gregory coming as well, you can't step up and get out because you got your center in your lap. And Bosa was just an unmovable object out there, and his motor was on fire. And so I like what I seen from, Osa and Bohanna, but from Bohanna just being an unmovable force out there. I'm just like, that's something we haven't had in Dallas for quite some time. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on those two. The two Bash brothers is what I call them, because I like what I saw out of Osa and Bohanna. Now let's get to the fun part. Well, actually, I'm going to go back one step. The linebackers. I saw someone ask a question about Keanu Neal. And I'll say this, y'all. I like our linebacker core with Parsons, Jalen, and LVE. I feel like that's a solid linebacker core, when they kind of go into the 4-3 under, right? I like what I saw out of just those core 3 linebackers. I think Jalen was at the middle. I think that LVE was playing Sam, and I think that Parsons started off at the will linebacker, but then they kind of switched around. But from what I've seen, I think that's a great linebacker unit. Now, where does Keanu Neal fit? I don't know. And the reason why I don't know where Keanu Neal fits is because another linebacker who we always been high on as well, coming out of the draft, Jabril Cox, had a solid Hall of Fame game. I think the PFF kind of ranked it. I think him and Parsons was kind of like ranked like the 2 highest linebackers. Granted, you got to read that with the grain of salt. But from what I saw from Jabril Cox, he played solid as well. And so it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with this linebacker situation. Because when I was at camp, I saw Keanu Neal, and granted it was Dalton Schultz, but it's Dalton Schultz. He was making plays on Neal. And so I know that Neal was supposed to be, quote unquote, our coverage guy because he's more of a safety / linebacker, converted linebacker. But from what I saw covering the tight ends, he wasn't keeping up with Schultz like that. So I tweeted that. I was like, Schultz is out here putting Keanu Neal in the air fryer. So it's like, if you're not going to be our coverage guy, and granted, I know that Keanu Neal kind of put on some size, but he's really not that linebacker sturdy, to be able to get off guards and tackles and things like that, especially in running downs, where you actually play Keanu Neal. And so I know that he was brought in by Dan Quinn. I know him and KZ are supposed to be like the translators of the defense, but do you need a translator of the defense if the players on the defense are understanding and comprehending what's going on out there? I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see this whole Keanu Neal dynamic and how that really works and shapes out. But from what I saw from Jabril Cox out on the Hall of Fame game, he played solid and he had a better game. Now, is he a rumbler? No. I don't think he's one of those guys that really wants to get in the trenches and rumbles as far as the run game is concerned. He's still got to work on that. But for the most part, Jabril Cox had a very solid Hall of Fame game. So it's going to be interesting to definitely watch what he does. But also, Jabril Cox was on special teams as well. And sometimes, special teams, it's just that anchor to keep you on this roster, man, by any means necessary. So it's going to be interesting to see how things work out. Let's see. DMV says, Kyle Human says, we'll see a lot of Jalen, LVE, and Micah. Yeah, I agree. I think that's our best linebacker core. And granted, I think that, with Micah Parsons, he can be interchangeable. And also with LVE. So you can put LVE maybe on strong and then maybe move Micah Parsons over to will, or vice versa. Or I know that Micah Parsons has been learning a lot to try to be the green dot guy, but you can also move LVE to middle linebacker, then drop Jalen over to strong and then move, Parsons. So you can interchange those 3 linebackers and make a lot of different schemes around them. And I think that's the key piece about Micah Parsons being so versatile. He can do so much. He can do so much, man. So I'm excited about that linebacker core. Like I said, I know a lot of people are out on Jalen. They don't like Jalen. They don't like anti-Jalen mob on Twitter. Every little thing that Jalen does, right, they got to pick a bone with. But for the most part, man, I like what I saw from Jalen Smith. I like what I saw from Micah Parsons. I like what I saw from LVE. And then last thing, y'all, the safety position. Jaron Curse was decent. KZ was also decent as well. You saw Thompson out there. He made a few plays, right? And then also Israel Mukuamu. A big rookie out there, converted corner to safety, made a few plays. But it's going to be interesting to see how that all shapes out once you toss Malik Hooker in the mix. But let's get to the fun part, because I know that's what everybody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about the cornerback position, y'all. And to be honest with y'all, we got some talking to do, man. We got a lot of talking to do when it comes to this cornerback position, man, because the competition is heating up quickly, right? So we all know, if you look at the slide right now, I ain't got Trayvon Diggs on there. Trayvon Diggs, he's solidified QB1. It is what it is. But, y'all, Maurice Kennedy, I think someone just posted it, Mark Anthony, cornerback 2. I don't want to say cornerback 2, but as far as the slot guy, Jordan Lewis hasn't played at the same capacity that Maurice Kennedy has played. So it's going to be interesting to see what really happens with these cornerbacks and how things shape up. because we know that, Jordan Lewis just signed the deal, but how can you sit back? We all seen it with our own eyes. We watched the scrimmage. We watched the Hall of Fame game. How can we sit back there and say Maurice Canady shouldn't be out there getting a large amount of reps out there on game day? We can't. We've seen it with our own eyes. Like, Maurice Canady has gotten so many turnovers, and I know that was an area of focus that they wanted to preach about, is players that has ball skills, that can get the ball back. Well, you got one. When I was out there at camp, Maurice Canady had a pick six to the crib. We saw yesterday in camp on the slot, made an excellent play on the ball. We don't see things like that in Dallas. We just haven't. Like, a player can just bend his body, make plays. He just has a strong knack for the ball. So Maurice Canady is off there a strong campaign. And if he's not out there, I'm probably going to be livid, y'all. Like, I feel like he should be starting slot corner. And I just feel like with Jordan Lewis has played decent, but he hasn't played to that level that Canady is playing. So I just don't know how this thing is going to shape out. Are we going to be the Dallas Cowboys are old? Like T-Mac just said, if Canady isn't playing, I know it's not about winning. Are we going to be the Dallas Cowboys of old when we sit back and say players are just playing because of their contracts? Or is it going to be something new where the best players who perform week in and week out throughout practice is actually out there on the field? That remains to be unseen. But the cornerback 2 position, I tweeted this a few days ago, and I said that, Bossman Fat has now taken the lead on Nahshon Wright. Because I know coming out of OTAs, coming out of rookie camp, Nahshon Wright was, his name was bubbling, right? You heard a lot of Nahshon, right? And you wasn't hearing much about Kelvin Joseph due to the COVID situation of him having to sit out. But if you look right now, Kelvin Joseph has surpassed Nahshon Wright, and he's coming for Anthony Brown. Man. Hey, I appreciate it, man. $50 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I feel like Anthony Brown should be looking over his shoulder. Just look over your shoulder, honey. Right? Like Jackson 5. I feel like right now, when it comes to Boss Man Fat, he's playing solid. Now, here's the thing about Kelvin Joseph. He hasn't really been tested, but sometimes that is a good thing. That we look at the Hall of Fame game, they were not even looking Kelvin Joseph's way, because I know that was the focal point a lot of us were focusing on, right? Where were they going to go, right? What was going to happen with these corners? What's going to happen with the corners? We sat back and we watched, and they wasn't even looking Kelvin Joseph's way. And that's a good thing. He wasn't being tested. Now, I'm not saying we should crown him. My guy, Rome Cowboys fan talk, he's like, he's going to be cornerback 1 by next year. Let's pump the brakes. But right now, Kelvin Joseph is off to a great start, and I want to see him grow. And what I said, I want to see Kelvin Joseph when Amari Cooper comes back. Because right now, what you really have, you have Diggs pretty much battling with CD, and then you have, it's probably like, you probably have Brown right now battling with Cooper, and then Kelvin Joseph's probably getting a lot of, Parkers and Seds and Noah Browns and Malik Turners. But as of right now, I want to see when you get those 3 core wide receivers and CD and Coop and Gallup, then that's where you're really going to see Kelvin Joseph start to grow and start to emerge. But as of right now, y'all, he's having a great camp. I know a lot of people had a lot of negative things to say, but the one thing you can't take away from Kelvin Joseph, Boss Man Fat, the kid is athletic. He's very athletic, and I feel like, some of his footwork is still lagging, some of his technique is still lagging just a little bit, but coaching that up with that athleticism, I feel like he's going to be okay. So go ahead and let me know in the chat. Hey, appreciate the super chat, my bro. I'm new to the channel. Good stuff, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, my guy. Let me ask y'all this. Would you be comfortable at this point? We're going to Tampa, Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Anthony Brown, we all know what they got in house of running out Kelvin Joseph, Trayvon Diggs, Maurice Canady as our three starting corners. I wasn't for it originally because I just feel like I want more veteran leadership out there because, even though Diggs is in his second year, he didn't play a full season last year. And then you have a rookie out there. So I need a veteran out there. But now, if Canady is able to emerge, he can be that veteran voice out there in the secondary. So are y'all comfortable with that? Or y'all think we still need another veteran out there? Maybe an Anthony Brown, for example. I don't know, y'all. Like, I go back and forth with this, but I'm getting to the point, y'all. The season has started, and you can't be scared now. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. So we got to run with the best of the best, and you might as well let Kelvin Joseph, Nahshon Wright actually take their lumps early and just figure it out, so that way they start to emerge in the times where it really counts for getting ready for playoff contention, division contention, and things like that. So don't hide them. And I wasn't buying that at first, but at this point, we ain't got nothing to lose. Yeah, I see April says, yeah, I'll be good with that. Let the rookies get their lumps early and grow. Yeah, I feel like that's where we're at right now, because we didn't bring any veteran guys in, so at this point, let our rookie guys grow. Now, Nahshon Wright, he played decent in the Hall of Fame game. There was a play where Claypool actually pushed off on him, and he kind of let up. Now, he made a rookie mistake. You can't just let up and just flail your arms in the air like, I'm not touching him. If you're going to flail up, do the Jalen Ramsey and, all that stuff. But he didn't do that, right? So I feel like, Claypool was able to make the play on Nahshon Wright. But for the most part, when you see Nahshon Wright out there, the one thing, and I feel like this is what Dan Quinn saw in him, is when he drafted him, is that just him being as lanky as he is and the speed that he has, it creates very tight throwing windows when you're throwing on Nahshon Wright, because you got to throw over that 6'4" frame, lanky, vertical, long arms out there, in that case. And so I saw that a lot with Nahshon Wright. And I will say this with Nahshon Wright, though he's not the best coverage guy as of right now, especially underneath throws, he doesn't mind getting dirty. He doesn't mind sticking his head in there, going for the tackles, going for making plays right now. And so he has an aggressive chip on his shoulder, and I like that with Nahshon Wright. So I think someone just said it. Diggs, Joseph, Kennedy, Wright, Brown, Robinson, the 6 I'm confident in. So Sports Guru, you out on Jordan Lewis? You don't think Jordan Lewis makes it? And then also, here's the thing, y'all. The tricky part about the corners, right? CJ Goodwin. Right? CJ Goodwin is a special teams ace. And like I said, sometimes you just keep a spot on the roster just due to your special teams ability. So CJ Goodwin is going to take up one of those spots. So right now I have listed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's not including Diggs. So one of these guys on this list isn't going to make it. I don't think we're going to keep 8 corners. So what guy on this list right now do you guys think won't make this roster? And if I had to just kind of pick as I'm looking at it, I would say it's going to be Reggie Robinson. I feel like it's going to be Reggie Robinson. Reggie Robinson, he played decent in the game. He did knock the ball out, for a fumble. And the things that Reggie Robinson is able to do, he's just a football player. But as far as his coverage is concerned, he's not the best. And so I feel like moving him to safety last year, moving him back to corner this year, it's like, do they really have a plan for Reggie Robinson? So when you're looking at things from this standpoint, I would think Reggie Robinson would be the guy that they have to chop off, because CJ Goodwin is going to make the roster just off of special teams alone. And so let's see, I like to see on the practice squad. Yeah, I think he'll be a practice squad stash, because I think they still have the COVID rules from last year as far as practice squad is concerned. So I think you can stash a little bit more on the practice squad this year, the same as was last year. So he could be a practice squad stash. But, from what I've seen from Reggie Robinson, man, he could make some plays on the ball. Like, he's always punching for the ball. He's always, aiming for the ball. Even last year on special teams, he's able to get the ball out in some cases. And so that's always a positive. But as you look through this list, it's where do you really fit? And I just don't see it. See, I like to see Robinson on the practice squad. Lewis, Robinson's size will edge him over Lewis, in my opinion. Yeah, but I feel like even though with Jordan Lewis, even though he's limited as far as his size is concerned, Jordan Lewis is a decent slot corner. And so I feel like they're going to want to keep him in-house, because you also got to think about, we got 17 games, right? He's familiar. Jerry and Stephen Jones just paid for him. So I personally, y'all, if I had to go on record to say it, I feel like Jordan Lewis is safe. Now, where is he going to play as far as many reps are concerned? I don't know. but I would say Jordan Lewis is safe as far as the roster is concerned. Anthony Brown could possibly be a casualty and they can move on from Anthony Brown. I could see that. But if I had to say between Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis, I would think Jordan Lewis would be safe as of right now. But it all depends. Like, we got a lot to go. We got three more preseason games, a lot of camp left. And so you never know how things are going to shape out. But as things currently stand, I would say just off of performance alone, Diggs has have a great camp. Boss Man would be cornerback 2. And Maurice Kennedy would be my slot corner right now. As of right now, those are my 3 guys I roll out there with. And then my cornerback 4 will be between Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown. That's how things currently stand. That's where I would go with. But, Sports Guru cutting the special teams guru, good one. That's the thing, good one. He's just a special teams ace. And it's hard to move on from him right now, man. So it's going to be hard. I'm going to dive into the scrimmage real quick, and then I'll turn on the phone lines, man, so y'all can come on and chat with your boy. Like I said, I appreciate everyone for rocking with me, all the donations, all the follows, the likes. I cannot do this without you guys, man. I appreciate all the support. Let's see. From the scrimmage yesterday, we saw a lot more of the meat and potato guys yesterday. We saw Ezekiel Elliott out there. Zeke looks damn good, y'all. Zeke looks great. And I know a lot of people got a lot of things when it comes to say when it comes to Ezekiel Elliott, but Ezekiel Elliott looks a lot different. And like I said, he looks more effective than when he even came in as a rookie, because I'm seeing that what you're combining with Ezekiel Elliott is the veteran mindset that he had from being in the NFL for now 5 years, but now he's adding on the shape of 2016. And so he's going to be used a lot more different ways, a lot more effective. I feel like he's more cerebral. He's like waiting on his cuts a lot more, but when he makes his cut, it's so much sharper. It's so much sharper. Like with Zeke, you got to think about it. From what we've seen from Zeke yesterday in the scrimmage, he has a hoodie on too and sweatpants and all sorts of stuff, and he's still skirting a little bit. So if you're a Cowboys fan, you got to be extremely, extremely, extremely excited about what you see from Ezekiel Elliott. And I feel like the real key is going to come to, how is Kellen Moore going to utilize Ezekiel Elliott? And I feel like I want to see him, in more screen games. I want to see him off tackle. I want to see him more, outside runs, inside runs. Like, I just want to see Ezekiel Elliott evolve a lot differently than the old just traditional run between the guards and the center. Like, no, he's not that anymore, right? I feel like Ezekiel Elliott has emerged. He's going to be able to do a lot more offensively when it comes to this Dallas Cowboys offense, and I'm definitely excited about it. I know a lot of people got fantasy football coming up, man. So if it's up to y'all, I'm going to try to get Zeke, man. I know. And here's the thing. I'm in a lot of fantasy leagues with a lot of Cowboys fans, so it's going to be hard for me to get Zeke, but I'm damn sure going to try. Another thing from the scrimmage yesterday, CD is CD. We all know that. We all know what CD brings to the table, man. He's a damn savage. He's a beast. He's doing his damn thing out there, man. Like, CD, y'all know, if you watch my channel or you watch me for the first time, he's my favorite player on the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like he's a top 5 wide receiver since the moment we drafted him last year. And so I'm excited about what CD really brings. And so I'm excited about to see what CD brings once we have Amari Cooper back, right? Once we're able to get Amari Cooper back, you have Gallup out there. It's going to be scary, y'all. I was on the Eagles show last night and kept asking, why are Cowboys fans so pumping their chest out about this season? Why are they pumping their chest out? Because you give me my offensive line back, give me my quarterback back with the weapons that we have in house. That's why I'm pumping my chest out, because I believe in this offense. I believe what they can be. Defensively, salute to my guy, Matt O. So he brought up a great point. And I saw this when I was out at camp. And so what you're seeing when it comes to Dan Quinn, you're seeing a lot of disguised fronts. So you're not seeing just a traditional 4-3 under or a 3-4, right? So you look at the picture here, right? You got 2 down linemen. I think that's Randy Gregory standing up, and I think that's 92, is that Armstrong, I believe, on the outside standing up. So if you're looking at it from the scheme of things, what would you guys say that is? Is it a 4-3? Is it a 3-4? Is it a nickel? Because I really can't see the linebackers. So I think there's 2 linebackers, and I'm trying to look who it is. Not really seeing, but I just want to kind of show you guys this, because when I saw this at camp, Dan Quinn is using a lot of disguised fronts when it comes to his defense. I even saw one case he had 1 down lineman, and he had all 3 on the line standing up. So Dan Quinn's getting creative. It's just going to be like, how does it really translate in the actual game scheme, right? How is it going to translate on game day when, you're doing these different schemes, because of course Tom Brady's gonna be able to look at this stuff and be like, all right, I know exactly what that is, what's going on. But what he's really trying to do is throw off the offensive line as far as their blocking schemes is concerned by having these different fronts, because they're trying to point out, is, Randy Gregory a linebacker? Is he defensive end? Is he coming forward? Is he dropping back in coverage? What's really going on? So it really throws things off. And so I like to see Dan Quinn getting creative, as long as the players can grasp the concept and understand what's going on and not cause extra confusion. Now, I will say this. Me personally, I am not a fan of Dan Quinn in the press box. Right? I'm just not, and I know that's kind of a conversation. Like, it's perfectly fine, but I feel like Dan Quinn, the teacher that he is, he needs to be down on the sidelines, because, like I said, I gave the analogy. Some of us have kids. Some of our kids will be perfectly fine. We can set them up, tell them their class schedule, go upstairs in a Zoom room. They're perfectly fine. They're going to get all their assignments done. They're going to do everything. But some kids, they need a classroom teacher to be in class, watching over them, to make sure they're really paying attention, that they're really engaged. And I just feel like when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, with this young defensive players that we have out there, we just need Dan Quinn down there on the sidelines. I just feel like exactly. I'm with you. He needs to be on the ground. We have a lot of young players. So just for instance, let's say, for instance, Micah Parsons is going through a situation against Tampa. Dan Quinn would have to come all the way down from the press box and say, okay, this is what's going on. This is what you should do. Move your hand placement here. We're going to move. Like, you just need someone down there with you. And I feel like with all the former head coaches that we have, whether it's a George Edwards, and the list goes on and on and on, they could be up in the press box calling down to Dan Quinn about what he sees. I feel like Dan Quinn needs to be down there in battle with his defense. It's just a different way. It's just different that way. I play the game of football. I know what it's like to have your defensive coordinator. Back when I play, they can grab your face mask and say, what the hell is going on, Tucker, and slap you up the helmet. But you just need that sometimes to say, like, all right, what's going on? Get into it. This is what they're doing. Let's get back to basics. Like, you just need that type of conversation, not waiting all the way until halftime to come down and make adjustments. That's not going to be good enough. So I'm going to give him a leash. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to trust Dan Quinn to do what he needs to do. All right. But I'll say this. It's a short leash. Like, I really want to see him down on the field with the defense, teaching, coaching, because granted, you can teach and coach all you want throughout the week of practice, but we all know once the game starts, emotions are flying, fans are cheering, fireworks are going off. It's a lot different, and you need someone to really come in and rally your troops and make sure they're on the same page. And I just don't know as of right now. And let me know in the chat, who would y'all think is the defensive leader, right? Because DeMarcus Lawrence, even though he's that guy, he's not really vocal, right? And so it's like, who's going to be that vocal teacher down there? We don't have Sean Lee in house that can really break things down and make sure that the young players are understanding what's going on. Because here's what happens, and it happens if you ever play any sport, when you transition to a next level, the game is so much faster. When I went from high school football to college football, I was out there trying to read my wristband. What's going on? I didn't have time because the game was moving so much damn faster. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off my first few reps out there because I had no idea. Because in practice, I can say, okay, we're going to run this. This is going to be my stunt. I come down and, slap the nose tackle on the ass cheeks and move like that. But when it's game day and those plays are flying, like, you really have to be in sync. And so I want Dan Quinn down there on the field, being able to coach and be able to teach those players, but we'll see how it all shapes out. I think he said he got that from Pete Carroll. But it'll be interesting, man. Like I said, I'm excited from what I've seen from Cowboys Nation, man. Like I said, from what I've seen from camp, what I've seen from the Hall of Fame game, man, what I've seen. Hey, Trucker's Life, man, I appreciate you. So, let's see. I think Dan Quinn is so hands-on in practice to be able to be in the box during games, because I know if he sees something from the box, he will go down to the field to fix it. That's true. I don't think it's going to be like a Mike Nolan situation where he's going to sit there and just let it happen. Because you even watch the Hall of Fame game, like, he was standing up the entire time, like, really locked in, So, it's really going to be like, all right, I'm going to give him a leash. But if he sees something, I think that Dan Quinn will come down and actually coach. Let's see here. You see, he says they're not kids. You can't coach them like that. Let's see here. I'm not sure what that means. Tuck, I like Quinn upstairs during preseason. He can see which guys are getting it and which players need more help. Yeah, but do you like that throughout the season? I think that's going to be the trend. He is going to want to do that throughout the entire season, according to him. So I think based off the conversations, he said that he's going to look the coach in the press box throughout the season, because I think he picked something up from Pete Carroll and see what he's going to do. What's up, Sadiqa? What's going on? So yeah, man. So let me get y'all thoughts. But I'm about to turn on the phone lines, man. So let's go ahead. Like I said, it's Sunday. We ain't got no football. You know, we're gonna have some fun. So let's see here. Let me see here. Let's get it, man. So go ahead. You guys know the drill, man. Hit that phone line up, man. We're gonna talk some Dallas Cowboys football, man. And like I said, I appreciate each one of y'all support, man. I appreciate y'all calling in, all the super chats, the donations. I'm just having fun with it, man. But I'm happy. I'm happy, y'all, because I like what I see from our Cowboys currently in-house, man. I feel like seeing where our players are becoming, seeing the growth in a lot of our players, it's exciting, man. It's exciting to see that. And like I said, what's really going to happen, I think the article was just released that that Dak Prescott, he will be throwing this week in practice. So you got Dak Prescott coming back off that shoulder injury. So, you know, that's good to hear, because I felt like if we got into this week's practice and Dak wasn't throwing, then I would be concerned about that. Like, all right, what's really going on? But I feel like Dak, he was light throwing yesterday. He wasn't throwing too hard, but he was just tossing the ball around a little bit. So I feel like if we see that Dak is back at practice and he's throwing again, then everything should be a go. But like I said, from what I've seen thus far from our team, you gotta be excited, y'all. You gotta be excited, because I feel like our defense is taking a drastic jump. Just off the eye test alone, it looks a lot different. It looks more in sync. It looks a lot faster. There's a lot better communication. You know, it feels like players actually understand their role. I feel like last year there was a lot of hero ball going on, and everybody was trying to do everybody else's job, which was actually tripping up the team. So I feel like as long as people can be in sync, and you gotta think about it, we still haven't seen Malik Hooker on, up yet. So like once we get Malik Hooker back, what if, and just what if, we have Maurice Kennedy kind of emerge out of the blue, and what if Malik Hooker is who he was prior to injury? That changes a lot with this defense, y'all. So you got to be excited. As long as our offense can continue to keep strides of what they were last year before Dak's injury, and also from 2019, we should be all right. Yo, Trucker Life, yo. Follow me on Twitter at JTuck151, man. I appreciate the support, my guy. At JTuck151, man. Hit me, man. I'll definitely follow you back, man. I've been causing some chaos on Twitter, man. I got a whole bunch of NFL fans mad at me because I said that, what did I say? I said that Connor Williams manhandled Aaron Donald, and then CeeDee Lamb ankle checked Jalen Ramsey. So we was out there snatching Madden 99 chains, because those are two Madden 99 players out there. And so I got all these fans around the NFL. It's just practice. It's just practice. Cowboys fans, y'all get... So I can talk about my team. I have a show called Cowboys Fans Only. It's not Cowboys Fans Only and other NFL fans. It's Cowboys Fans Only. Now I welcome other NFL fans, of course, but it's just for the diehard Cowboys fans. This is what I created this for, because I love talking Cowboys football with my people. I don't care about y'all outside opinions. I don't care what a Cincinnati Bengals fan has to tell me about practice. I just don't. Oh, bet, bro. Shoot me the link and I'll definitely follow you, my guy. I'll definitely follow you, man. So yeah, go ahead and call in, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna keep the phones open for a little bit, man. It's just Sunday. I'm just chilling. We ain't got no football going on, man. I'm about to, just chill out with the family here in a little bit. But I wanted to come on, recap camp, man. Recap the Hall of Fame game. When is our next preseason game? I don't even know. Let's see. Let's see. Where's our schedule? So the next one, August 13th versus Arizona. When's our next preseason game? I think it's like the 13th or whatever. So, yeah. So I think we play the Cardinals, then we play the Texans. I'm actually going to be out there for the first preseason game. Is it Friday, Mendoza? Okay, Friday. It's cool. Versus the Cardinals. I will actually be out there at the preseason game versus the Texans. So I think that's going to be the dress rehearsal, man. So if you guys are going to be out there, definitely holler at me, man. Like I said, I can't wait. I'm going to be at a lot of Cowboys games, man. So if you're going to be there, definitely hit me up, man. Can't wait to link up with y'all. Let's see. What else we got? Let's go back to the D-line. 1 second. Let's go back to the D-line. All right. So as far as the D-line is currently shaping up, right, we got Gallimore, Tristan Hill, Osa, Bohanna, Urban, Carlos Watkins, and Justin Hamilton. So as of right now, I think that the question was asked earlier. I'm not sure if y'all got that, but I think that Carlos Watkins is going to make this roster. I'm not sure what's about to happen, y'all, with Tristan Hill, to be honest. Be quite honest, because he's not going to get any preseason reps. So he might be an IR guy initially. So what does that really mean for Tristan Hill? But, when he comes off of IR, are they going to make a spot for him? I just don't know, because, just watching Tristan Hill, he wasn't like fully running at full speed. He wasn't doing too much lateral movement. So, and I know that Mike McCarthy has already said that as far as his recovery is concerned, he was one of the most delayed as far as recovery is concerned. So I'm not sure what's the real timetable for Tristan Hill. But like I said, with some of these other guys in the interior emerging, what is going to happen? So it's like, I just don't know. But I feel like Osa's playing great. Bohannon's playing great. Urban, he's decent. Watkins is flashing a little bit. And you have Gallimore. And so I would think those will be our interior guys. And we got to see, maybe Justin Hamilton will be on the outs right now. Let's talk about some of the undrafted guys. So I think when it comes to the undrafted guys, like I said earlier, I had said that there was going to be 3. Maybe it's going to be 1 or 2. 1 or 2. And they're probably going to be practice team guys, right? So probably going to be practice team guys. If you got to pick one, I saw a lot of my guy Tyler Quill out there on special teams. He got a lot of special teams reps, and maybe he's going to be a practice squad stash. And also I saw my guy Anthony Hines, he played all right. Wasn't too great, but Anthony Hines had a decent camp. Let's see here. Call Phillip Rivers now before it's too late. I'm telling you, and losing the we is going to be a bad mistake. The offense is set. So I think they had said this during the Hall of Fame game. They said that, Phillip Rivers had said if a team was in contention and a quarterback was to go down, he would be open to coming back. So I don't think that, Phillip Rivers is going to just come back right now for camp. I think it's going to be, if we're in playoff contention, Super Bowl contention, and things are kind of looking up, if something was to happen, he would be open for a phone call. So like I said, it depends on the situation. Let's say, for instance, Lord forbid, like I said, if Dak gets nicked, he's going to be out 1 to 2 games. I feel like the Cowboys are going to roll with Garrett Gilbert and be okay. Now, I feel like if there's a situation like last year, then that's when they might try to pick up the phone and call a Phillip Rivers or call, a veteran quarterback with some experience. But as of right now, I feel like they're not going to do it. I feel like right now Garrett Gilbert's going to be that guy. Now, I saw someone mention Dobbs and from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a whole stash full of backup quarterbacks. They need to give us one. Which one? I don't care. Rudolph, Haskins, or Dobbs. I'll take either or. I feel like we could stash one of those guys. So we also might want to see what happens as far as after preseason is concerned, that if there's going to be some roster cuts as far as the quarterback position, there might be some guys that we can pick up to bring in house as far as the veteran quarterback backup capacity. What's up, my guy, my Cowboys family? What's up, Tuck? Glad I can catch this live, man. I appreciate you, my guy, man. Definitely follow my Cowboys family if you haven't already. Great content, man. They be having fun, man, on their show, man. Definitely. I got to have you on, my guy. We got to link up, man. So hit me on Twitter or hit me on Facebook or wherever, man. We'll definitely chime in and get something together. I know you guys are East Coast down there in Florida, so we'll definitely link up for a show. What's up, my guy, Dwayne? What's going on, man? Go ahead, like I said, call that number, man. I'm going to keep you guys for a few more minutes, man. Like I said, call in number, man. We can definitely chop it up. Cowboys fan, only heard from Fish. Gallimore and Bohanna hurt their ankle yesterday. Go Cowboys. Okay. I'm not sure. I didn't hear a full report as far as Bohanna and Gallimore is concerned. But, I mean, hopefully it's nothing serious. Like I said, the one that I kind of saw earlier before I jumped on was Josh Ball having an ankle injury. From that standpoint, Kaiser was released other day from Tennessee. Yeah, so like I said, you're going to start to see a few of these quality quarterbacks start to get sliced and diced, and maybe they'll pick them up. But it feels like, y'all, Mike McCarthy likes what he has currently. And I know we don't like it. Like I said, I feel like Garrett Gilbert is decent. He can hold the ship up. Now, it's going to have to be the perfect situation. We're going to have a healthy O-line or a decent O-line. We're starting to have Ezekiel, Elliott, and the wide receiver core. I feel like if we have that, Garrett Gilbert's enough. But if it's going to be for extended time, hell no, I'm not doing that if it's Garrett Gilbert for extended time. All right, we got a caller in the house. Hold up, let me get right. Let's see here. Hey, caller, what's going on? State your name and where you're from.
Cooker's Life, and I'm from Compton, California.
Hey, what's going on, my guy? I appreciate all the super chats, bro. I appreciate all the support.
No problem, man. I appreciate what you're doing for the nation, man. It's Cowboys Nation. Let's stand up.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about, man. It's us coming together, unite, and getting ready for this 6th ring, man. So how you feeling about the upcoming season?
Oh, man, I'm always excited, man.
You excited?
One thing about me, man, I bleed blue and silver.
Right.
I bleed it.
Right. And a lot of people don't understand that. I feel like a lot of people look at Cowboys fans, they don't understand it, but we bleed this. We go through so much. We have a tight knit when it comes to us as a community. Like, we protect each other. And that's the cool part on Twitter, right? If a other fan base starts attacking me on Twitter, I ain't even got to respond anymore because my Cowboys fan jumps in and they're on point with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we ride together, man. So it's like a tight-knit community, man, and we're all trying to come together for 6. So when you watch the Hall of Fame game, did you watch the Hall of Fame game? Let me ask you that first.
Hey, I'm going to be honest. The most impressive person in that Hall of Fame game was the obvious Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons, bro. I keep telling y'all, man.
Like, and the second was Hamilton. Hamilton balled out.
Right. Yeah.
So that man put some pressures out there, and I'm thinking about the practice yesterday.
Yeah. Hamilton,
but Micah Parsons was all over the field.
Right. And that's the thing.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Connor Williams, he showed me yesterday the way he handled Aaron Donald. That mug got some dog in him. Right. And he didn't back down.
Right. He put up a fight. And it wasn't just a fight against anybody. That's with Aaron Donald. So you got to be able to bang. You got to be able to hold your own. And so I'm liking what I see from Connor Williams. You got to show some of that toughness that you're not going to back down. And I feel like if you have that mindset, it's all in the play. So.
But not only that, how many other players have you seen slam Aaron Donald on his head?
Right. And didn't back down. Like I said, because I was surprised when I saw it, and they're like, oh, that's Connor Williams. Like, okay, let's go, Connor. Let's go. And if you watched the scrimmage yesterday, the one-on-one drills versus Connor Williams, like Connor Williams held his own versus Aaron Donald. That's no slight, man. That is a win. That's a win. That's like.
But the crazy thing is, he didn't own his own. He owned them.
Right.
He took Aaron Donald's lunch money and asked him for more.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So it is what it is. Like I said, the pillars start in practice, bro. So everywhere we're trying to get to, it starts in practice. So we're going off of what we've seen. And what I saw yesterday was Connor Williams showing some toughness. Because a lot of people question his strength and his toughness. He showed some toughness yesterday, which is an improvement. He's hungry. Just like my Cowboys family just said, Connor Williams is hungry. It's a contract year. Let's go eat. You know, and so how's the Cowboys fan can you not be excited about that?
Exactly, but not only that, another thing to look forward to, because you see the difference from the Hall of Fame game, where Gilbert didn't get the ball downfield yesterday. That man was slinging that rock. Right. And that man was slinging a rock. He had how many touchdowns to CD? How many touchdowns to
in the red zone
to MG?
Right.
That man was putting it on the spot. And then Zeke, he looked elusive and explosive as crazy.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Zeke looks like a lot better. Like I said, for Garrett Gilbert, it's just about getting the reps. When you watch Gilbert, he holds the ball a little bit too long, but I feel like the more reps he gets, the more comfortable he's going to be. And so I think that he's going to be a serviceable backup. Like I said, it just depends on the situation. Like, I don't want to say Garrett Gilbert is Ben DiNucci. Like, Ben DiNucci, I'm out, bro. Like, it just ain't going to work.
Ben DiNucci is garbage.
Right. It's just not.
But I'm not going to lie. That man had an impressive throw yesterday.
The sidearm.
He had an impressive. Yeah, that sidearm was nasty.
He finally pulled it off. He finally pulled off that sidearm, man. But like I said,
he pulled it off at the perfect time. And I was sitting there. I saw that and I was like, "Oh man, I don't know what to think."
Right. He finally got it off, man. Like I said, but I feel like
right under the armpit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, all right, man. But, hey, my guy, I appreciate you calling in, my guy. I appreciate all the support. Like I said, the super chats. Hit me on Twitter at JTuck151. I'll definitely follow you back and subscribe to your channel as well.
All right, thank you. And I'll send you a link to my channel. And do you mind if I do a little shameless plug real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing, bro.
Man, I'm a truck driver. I live on the road. I live out of my truck. I moved into my truck so I can take care of my kids with my ex-wife, so I can pay their bills because my ex-wife lost her job during the pandemic. But what I do on my channel is I show people and other truck drivers how I cook on the road and how I live on the road. So that way they don't have to eat fast food all the time. Because like tonight, for instance, I'm making steak and lobster mac and cheese in my truck.
Okay.
From scratch.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, my guy. Yeah, definitely. That sounds good as hell. So definitely send me that link, man. Because I might try to. I cook a little bit, man. But I do my own. But but steak and lobster, man. That's a hell of a Sunday night meal.
Man, I'm doing steak. I'm gonna saute up some steak, and then I'm gonna make a lobster mac and cheese from scratch on the side.
Hey, man. That sounds amazing, my guy. Well, hey, man. You stay safe out there on the road, man. I appreciate you, man. Stay on the grind for your family, man. That's what it's all about. That's all we do. As family men, so I'm all about family on this channel. So continue to do your thing, bro. Like I said, go Cowboys, and we'll definitely link up soon.
Oh, definitely, man. Cowboys Nation, stand up, man. Let's get excited.
Let's go.
I'm gonna say one last thing.
Go ahead.
Either you guys riding with us now, or you ain't riding with us at all. That's how it is.
I told somebody that on Twitter. He was like, This is why NFL fans don't like us Cowboys fans, because we say things like that and we're so arrogant and confident. I was like, bro, if you scared,
I don't give a damn.
If you scared, get out.
I got 4 Cowboys tattoos on me as I go.
Exactly.
I got one on my hand, one on my forearm, one on the outside of my arm, and one on my back.
Exactly, bro.
And I don't care. I ride for my Cowboys from day one. I ain't never switched over. Been a Cowboys fan since I was 3.
Exactly. So people are asking, bro, go ahead and state your channel so they know where to find you as far as your channel is concerned.
It's at Truckers Life 78.
At Truckers Life 78.
At Truckers Life 78.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, go check out my channel. But hey, I follow you. I follow Vach Law, Big Game James, Mark Holmes. I follow all y'all.
All great guys.
I look up to all y'all.
All great guys, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, they're solid guys. It was cool actually finally meeting them in Oxnard, man. Not sure if you saw, but we got to hang out and have drinks and do that, man. So we're looking forward to doing a lot more of that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. I was trying to get to Oxnard, but my company wouldn't let me. They needed, because what I do right now, I'm a truck driver, obviously, but I haul hazmat level sanitation chemicals during the pandemic.
I got you.
So they keep us going. I just did 4,200 miles this past week.
Oh, damn, bro. Well, yeah, like I said,
I'm just working.
Yeah, stay safe. Stay safe, my
guy. Oh, yeah, you keep putting out that fire content you doing, bro.
Appreciate you. Like I said, I do it for y'all, man. All right, bro. Have a good one.
You too, bro. Stay positive. Stay safe.
You too. Appreciate you.
All y'all, man. Y'all stay up. Cowboys Nation. Let's ride.
Peace. All right. So let's see here. Yeah, man. So like I said, that's what it's all about. So let's got some more chat in the chat, man. So my Cowboys family said my wife made a great assessment. When Gilbert is behind the starting O-line, he was confident. When he was behind the backup O-line, he is nervous and uncomfortable. Yeah. I think a lot of quarterbacks, you can say the same thing about Andy Dalton last year as well, man. I feel like our offensive line, going to that second tier, especially we got Terrence Steele out there, man. You got to be watching over your shoulder, man, because you never know. You probably get your head knocked off. What's up, my guy, Paul Curry? Don't like the Cowboys, but support what you're doing here. Hey, appreciate you, my guy. Let's see here. YouTube. Yeah, his name is Truckers. What did he say his number was? He's here in the chat, so if you click on his picture, it'll probably take you to his channel, man. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate everyone. Like I said, when I created this channel, y'all, it was a really, because if y'all don't know, I live in Kansas City, so ain't too many Cowboys fans around here in Chiefs country, so we got a few. But, this was a way for me to talk Dallas Cowboys football with a lot of great Dallas Cowboys fans across the world, man. And so, I'm extremely appreciative of everyone who's been showing so much support, man. You guys keep me going. All the interactions on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I struggle with TikTok, Shouts out to my Cowboys TikTok fan, but I'm just not good at TikTok. But it's just talking to Cowboys fans, man, is what I enjoy, man. So y'all give me an outlet, give me a platform, man. And I appreciate y'all for embracing me. I definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all just for chiming in, tuning in, calling in. If you go to my store, cowboysfansonly.com, buying merch, man, I appreciate all the support there. But like I said, the football season is finally here, y'all. There's no need to be scared, to be modest. It is what it is. Because a lot of people had a lot to say last year when they were playing against Ben DiNucci and Andy Dalton and Garrett Gilbert, right? They're all Cowboys suck, you're 2-7 and all this. Keep that same injury now that we got our guys back, and I'm ready to ride, man. I'm preparing for Tampa. If you're going to be out there at Tampa, definitely hit me up. I'm going to be out there with my guys, SOCal Cowboys. We're going to be out there having fun, and I'm prepared to beat Tampa. That's what my mindset is. I'm not going out there afraid. I'm not going out there scared and kind of, nervous. I don't know. I just hope we can compete. No, I am going to Tampa to come back with the victory. And y'all know after we get that victory, I'm going live because I'm going to talk about everything I had to say, man. So I'm not backing down from any team in the NFL. It is what it is. Give me my team. We're going to line up and we're going to bang out and make the best team win. It is what it is. But the football season is here. And I'm ready to go Cowboys, man. So I appreciate everyone's support. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and go Cowboys. And tomorrow night, I'm going to have my guy, Pest the Analyst, on. We're going to talk about the Cowboys and the Giants. So I've been saying this. I have a lot of Eagles fans and Eagles content creators. They always want to bring me on the shows and do things I'm definitely appreciative of. But I'm not focused on the Eagles. I feel like when it comes to win the division, it's going to be between us, Washington, and the Giants. And they get mad when I say that, but they're just not my focus. So I'm going to have my guy Pest on tomorrow to kind of get some insight of what's going on with the Giants. And then Wednesday, I met a real cool woman out there at Oxnard, and she's actually one of the yoga instructors for not only the Dallas Cowboys, but for a lot of NFL players. And so she does a lot of the stretching and mental trainings. We had a great conversation. So I think she's coming on Wednesday, and then we got a show Thursday night as well, man. So definitely turn on that notification bell. We got a lot of content coming because it's the season, man. It's the time to have fun. So it's your boy Jay Tuck. Like I said, everyone have a good one and go Cowboys.